Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, we start on the daily time frame. You can still see that Bitcoin is on its way higher in wave 5 probably. That's the idea at the moment. There are support levels on the smaller time frame that will tell us when we have to start to assume that this fourth wave here is still unfolding. But for now, the idea is that wave 4 bottomed last Monday, that was last week, on the 13th of January. That's the current idea. I'm considering that wave 5 is an ABC structure. That's because the third wave is also an ABC and the wave 1 as well. So the question, of some members was, okay, what is if wave A extends all the way up to 130K, which is my next target, and actually already could complete the bull market? Well, we will then have to assume that wave 5 is already healthy enough, and maybe this is all of wave 5, right? For now, all I can do is to track the relevant support levels for upside trend continuation. What we don't know is if wave A is a 3-wave move or if wave A is a 5-wave move. So that remains to be seen, but for now the focus is on higher prices. I'm tracking a 5-wave move because it's normally the most probable scenario, but then again, A waves are typically 3-wave movements. It's just that a 5-wave move is typically favored, even on a smaller time frame, because it has very clear parameters. So we'll track that first until something breaks, until the momentum fades. For now, it's going well. Bitcoin has broken out of so first of all, we had a reaction on our daily time frame to the support area. Bitcoin then broke out above the trend line, retested the trend line, and we're now moving higher in after retesting, right? But what we now need to do after an all-time high was made on Monday this week, we need to see a break above that 109,400 level, pretty much it is, or 109,300, 109,400, the last swing high. And again, bear in mind that the forecast was for another all-time high to occur. That's been done, right? Already this week, Monday, but we're not there yet. So we should still move a bit higher. Don't believe we are yet at the top of the bull market. I think we're getting closer. Lots of questions about that in the comments. I posted yesterday on X as well that we are likely getting into the late stages of the of the bull market, basically the last rally now. That's my view. I really have been very, very clear about that in recent months, that the next move up could be the last one. And I'm not talking about just a brief break of the all-time high, but more like a rally to 130K. And there is more to more about that. I made a video about that a few weeks back, specifically for members. If you're interested, you can access that as a member, either on Discord or here on YouTube. We talked about this in previous live streams in detail. I also talked about it in public YouTube videos, so the information is all there. I even wrote a written update a few days ago for our members on Discord, really explaining why the 130K level is so important. So if you're really interested in finding out more, check it out. But typically, most of the info is also provided here on YouTube, but it's just much more condensed and easier to find on Discord for Gold members. Anyway, this is the view. And we will obviously double down on that in the next few days, weeks, as we get closer to that 130K level. Do we have to reach 130K? No, but, that's all communicated. Don't need to repeat that every time, because it will get quite boring. But that's the purpose of those videos, basically, right? Just please be aware that we're now in an area where literally a major top could form at any point. That is something we have to consider. But until support levels break, we are tracking higher. There's no need to fight a trend. Okay, even if, and that's something that many people do wrong, right? It's and also analysts, in my opinion, right? You can have a view, right? But you always let the market tell you what's going on. So you basically treat the market as if you're wrong. So even if I say I'm not even saying 130K is the top. I'm saying there's a high likelihood there will be a top. And we will observe very closely how the market will react there. But many people, there are people who call the top, in advance, right? So my approach would always be, let's see how the market reacts to it. As long as, support levels are holding, we can still focus on higher, because Elliott Wave teaches us Upside extensions are always possible, like especially in commodities, like extended fifth waves are common. I mean, Bitcoin isn't exactly a commodity, but still, you can get these, especially in euphoria phases, you can get these crazy like blow-off tops where we have a super euphoric fifth wave that happened before. So the next upside level above 130K would be 170. So we are going to track that, we're going to track that. That wouldn't even change the wave count, right? With it was, I think, on the Sui video, someone said like, we haven't even got there. I think my target like on the Sui chart was like months ago. It was like $8 or something, and I mentioned that again in a recent video, but said if things go even favorable, we could extend to 15 or something. And that guy said like, oh, you were wrong. If now 15, you said 8 before. Like, I mean, we didn't even get there, right? So it's the same direction anyway. So it's just don't confuse things. The trend is up. We're tracking support. We haven't reached the top yet. And let's go to the smaller time frame. I just believe as we get closer to potential tops, super important to be very much just follow the chart like every day, right? Because you see that volatility, it will just get more and more as we're approaching like critical levels. Now on the smaller time frame, the situation is the same as yesterday, pretty much. It's the same as yesterday, and that means we have two support areas. We've got the lower support between 92,626 and 97,260. And we've got the upper support between 99,070 and 102,490. As long as upper support is holding, direct upside continuation is favored. We already had 1, 2, 3 reactions to that support area. The price is again trying to move higher. Today's market will show if that's happening. I mean, I still find a wider wave 2 super likely, okay? But as long as we are not even breaking below $99,000, then, it remains a possibility that the market pushes higher more directly. Then the next upside level to watch is around 113K. Up there, the blue zone. The yellow count reminds us that a wider wave 2 is possible. I've just placed it here because, in the blue count, this is a 1-2-1-2 setup. In the yellow count, a larger 1-2 setup, which could even be finished if the wave 2 was shallow in the yellow count. But the yellow count allows for a wider wave 2 and a deeper pullback into the lower support area. But only a break below 92,620 would tell us that a larger wave 4 is still unfolding. So at the moment, the thesis is that on the 13th of January, a larger fourth wave bottom. That's what I showed you on the daily time frame. And there are two clear upside pathways. I see two pathways for higher, either the direct pathway from the upper support area or a lower from a lower support area with a deeper pullback, then continuation. But for that, 92,620 must hold. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.